You're welcome back to the conversation. Now, one of Kenya's two leading presidential candidates, Raila Odinga, says he will not take part in an upcoming electoral debate, his campaign team said Sunday, accusing his principal rival of trying to avoid certain topics such as corruption. 77-year-old Raila Odinga, a former prime minister and deputy president William Ruto, are leading contenders in the August 9th presidential poll. But in a statement announcing Odinga would boycott Tuesday's debate, his campaign spokesman accused Ruto of trying to dodge discussion of key issues. Ruto has demanded that the debate not focus on corruption, integrity, ethics, and governance, the key essential questions that Kenya faces. Odinga's spokesman said in a statement, said any debate devoid of these questions would be an insult to the intelligence of Kenyans. That is why we do not intend to share a national podium with a person who lacks basic decency, he added. Instead, Mr. Odinga plans to take part in a televised town hall meeting in an eastern neighborhood of the capital, Nairobi, with ordinary Kenyans, according to the statement. Now, joining us to discuss all of this and more is Richard Bosire, a Kenyan-based political analyst. He joins from the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. Good evening to you, Richard.
Good evening, and thank you for welcoming me to the show today.
We're happy to have you join us. Now, Richard, what do you make of the decision by Raila Odinga not to participate in this very much anticipated presidential debate? Because we saw the vice presidential debate last week. It was, even though some people said it lacked fireworks, but Kenyans were happy to, gauge the mindset and the plans of this leading deputy presidential candidate. So, Mr. Odinga has decided to pull out of this presidential debate. What do you make of it?
First of all, this is a shocker to the organizers of the event and also to the Deputy President William Ruto's camp, because Raila Odinga had promised that he will take part in the debate, but he had already said he wants the structure of the debate to be changed so that it can accommodate issues that he feels needs to be addressed. And if you look at the deputy running mate's position, the Raila's running mate, Martha Karua, also attended the debate. So everyone was expected Raila will attend the debate without giving too much condition. But we are still waiting for the organizers of the event, the media council and the media team, which comprise of the committee that organizes the event, to respond to Honorable Raila Odinga's demand. Of course, you've read the statement from his spokesman, and they are accusing the opponent, William Ruto, of not being ready to discuss issues of integrity, corruption, ethics, and governance. So they're saying that they want those four main issues to be part of the topics to be debated during the debate. But the other camp says that's not the issue. The issue now is the economy. They only want to talk about the economy and their manifesto. So I think there's a clash of proposals here. So we're waiting for the media council maybe to respond by tomorrow morning. If they don't talk to Honorable Raila, I think he won't participate because he has planned for his own event to interact with our nation.
Now, Richard, Mr. Raila Odinga's camp has accused Ruto of trying to dodge discussions of key issues because the deputy president had demanded that the debate not focus on corruption, integrity, ethics, and governance, the key essential questions that Kenyans faces. Are these legitimate and strong enough reasons for the Azimio candidate to boycott the debate? And if the media council comes tomorrow and say, you know what, we're going to allow for those questions, do you think Mr. William Ruto will still want to participate in the debate?
I think it will be very, very challenging to William Ruto if the organizers of the debate decide to include those issues in the structure of the debate. So I think the other camp, Kenya Kwanza, led by William Ruto, can boycott the debate if the topics are allowed to be included. So Kenyans are just waiting with bated breath to see what will happen tomorrow morning, because the debate is supposed to start at around 8 p.m. You remember also the Roots Party presidential candidate, George Ojakoya,
Yes.
who's been ranked third in opinion polls, but with like 4% of the vote. He has already said that he will not take part in the debate because he wants to debate the leading candidates, that's Raila and Ruto. He wants to be there on the podium. So if the organizers of the event don't restructure on how the debate will be done tomorrow morning, I don't think it will succeed. It will be a flop. And you remember also, last in 2017, William Ruto also boycotted the running mate presidential debate because I said.
What was his excuse then when he boycotted? On what grounds did he boycott?
In 2017, of course, is both Uhuru Kenyatta also boycotted, William Ruto boycotted, but William Ruto, when he was asked why he boycotted the debate, he said the government is being blackmailed by the media to attend the debate, and they were saying it's a plot by the then opposition NASA coalition to blackmail the government through the media. So it's a very different scenario this time round. He's ready to debate, but.
Okay, Richard, it looks like the Kenyan Media Council is going to have to do a serious balancing act when it comes to getting this presidential debate off. So you have Jacob Jacobia saying that I want to be on that first level debate with all the leading candidates. You also have the Azimio candidate, Raila Odinga, saying that, look, if we're not going to ask questions based on ethics and integrity, cut me out of this debate. And if the Media Council goes ahead to approve of those type of questions, there's a possibility that Deputy President William Ruto will boycott this debate. My question to you, Richard, is why is it important to have a presidential debate in a democracy like Kenya?
The presidential debates are very important for a country like Kenya because it's the only opportunity which the presidential candidates have to sell their manifesto and their agenda to the people directly. And, in those rallies, they just spend all their time reacting.
It's more like a jamboree, yes.
I'm saying in political rallies, they don't address issues. They just respond to their critics, they respond to their opponents, and that's all.
And the
public doesn't even ask questions.
Sorry? Yes, I said in those campaigns, they sing and dance, and there's not a lot of talk about plans and policies.
They don't allow questions from the media. They don't allow questions from the public. And I think the organizers of tomorrow's event should also include views and opinion from the public. They should allow the public to ask questions directly to the candidate instead of depending on the media only.
Now, Richard, talking about debate, looking at Kenya's political space and the level of education, how much electoral value do debates hold, and are candidates likely to swing votes based on the performance in debate? Does it really matter? When you're looking at electoral numbers, yes.
In 2017, President Uhuru Kenyatta boycotted the debate and he won the election, although it was disputed. So I think in terms of if you look at the recent opinion polls from credible pollsters, it shows that we still have a large number of voters who are still undecided on who to vote for. So the debates can actually sway people or change their mind and decide to vote for the candidate who impresses them during the debates. But if the structure of the debate is restructured to allow the public to have their input in the questions and the structure of the debate, I think it will be better rather than the current scenario where the media team is the only one which decides the questions and the public is not involved. Yeah.
Now, in the same light, Richard, will Raila Odinga's decision to boycott the debate have any significant effect on his chances in the forthcoming elections? Or is it going to be negligible? Can it hurt him, his decision not to participate in the debate?
Some people who are supporting the Kenya Kwanza coalition are saying Raila Odinga will lose some votes. But remember, his spokesman, Professor Makau Mutua, said on tomorrow during the debate time, former Prime Minister will be having a town hall meeting, Jericho Estate here in Nairobi. They are saying he will interact one-on-one with Wananchi and he will allow them to ask him any questions. Him and his running mate, Martha Karua, they're saying they'll be there live with Wananchi to get their opinion and give them their manifesto and agenda for the country. So I think they will counter that with their new strategy.
That's an interesting development. Now, talking about other things that are happening in Kenya with regards to the upcoming elections, police this weekend, Kenyan police this weekend seized 2 servers from the office formerly owned by Deputy President William Ruto after a raid. Has there been any further update with regards to that raid, and would you say it's related to the upcoming elections?
Definitely, it's related to the upcoming elections, which is 14 days from today. You remember before the raid, there were 2 foreigners who were arrested from Venezuela. They were arrested at the JKA airport in Nairobi. When they arrived, it's reported that they came with election material belonging to IEBC, stuffed in their personal belongings and personal effects, and they were heading to the hotel room with the IEBC material. So they were suspected to be hackers working behind the scenes to influence the election electronically. You remember IEBC has contracted Mathematics International to do the electronic transmission of the results and to identify voters through the KIMS kit, which it's alleged that the 2 people who are claimed to have traveled expired passports from Vietnam were involved in suspicious hacking of the IEBC system. And already it's controversial because the IEBC chairman issued a quick rejoinder after the arrest, saying those are his officials.
So what do you make of all this back and forth between IEBC and the police with regards to this arrest?
This is nothing new. Remember in 2017 also, there were American experts, election experts who were deported from Kenya. They were hired by NASA, the then NASA coalition led by Raila Odinga. They were deported, and there was a NASA, is it a Calling Center or a server center, which was also allegedly attacked by police. So this is nothing new. It's just people being vigilant to check on who are suspicious on maybe trying to hack the election or trying to influence the election. You remember, it's being done electronically. The elections will be voted electronically, transmitted electronically also, but the IEBC will also use the manual system when the electronic transmission fails as a backup.
Finally, Richard, before I let you go, the elections are in 14 days' time. And there were accusations of hacking that sparked riots and looting in 2017, and the Supreme Court ordered a rerun after irregularities in the transmission of results. How confident are you in the Kenyan Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission's ability to conduct free and fair elections? And are these elections likely to pass without violent incidents?
I think after the last week incident and the reaction by the IEBC to defend those foreigners, I think Kenyans will have credibility issues with the IEBC. So Kenyans are waiting to see how the IEBC will conduct the elections and they'll transmit the elections. And I'm sure they should be ready for court petitions, the Supreme Court, if the technology failed during the voting day and transmission day. So it is very, very hard for IEBC now because it has to make sure all systems go and nothing fails during the election day. So the Kenyans will judge the IEBC during the election day and transmission of results.
Thank you very much.
The media statement.
Thank you very much, Richard Bosire, political analyst, joining us live from Nairobi, Kenya. We do appreciate your insights and contributions to the subject. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this is where we draw the curtains on today's edition of The Conversation. In the first half of the show, we did talk about Tunisia's controversial constitutional referendum that is ongoing. And in the second half, we just concluded our conversation on the upcoming general elections in Kenya, where the leading candidate of Azimio la Umoja, Raila Odinga, said he won't be participating in the upcoming presidential debate. And this is how much you could take on the conversation today. On behalf of the team and I say big thank you to you and thanks for being a part of the program. I'm Benga Borowa. See you on Wednesday.